Happy New Year. I know that New Year's resolutions get a lot of flack and people have a love-hate relationship with them, but I personally love them. I feel like they're really good motivators for me to be able to see all my hopes and dreams when my motivation like tanks in March. So today I thought it would be fun to kind of share some of my goals for this year. I prefer to call them goals instead of resolutions. I don't know if that helps you. I feel like it helps me. It helps me feel less pressure. It helps me feel like it's less like of a time thing, like, oh, okay, we're doing this in January and then we're gonna be done with it. So I don't know if that helps shift your frame of mind, but it did for me. So I prefer to call these my 2024 goals. I'm also going to share my word of the year this year, and so we'll see how that goes. I use Jen Fulweiler's little word of the year generator. I'll put it in my description if you want to do it too. So I shared this in a video on Instagram and like a reel, but I thought I would kind of expand upon it here because it's easier to do in long form here and to kind of just talk about it. And I'd love to hear about your goals and stuff. So if you are a goal setter or you have thoughts about this, I'd love to chat with you in the comments. Before I say anything, I didn't put this in my Instagram, but one of my goals is to grow here on YouTube and be able to focus on long form content. I've had this channel for a long time. It's been a goal of mine. I have not put the effort into it that it requires. I am planning on changing that this year. I'm at like 988 subscribers or something. Anyways, I feel like I say that every year, but this year I'm committed, so make me stick to it. Try to set my goals up into different categories like financial, faith, fitness, family, fun, personal. I was trying to think of another F. So some of them fit into those categories. I didn't do a hard and fast rule with that this year. I just picked 10 goals that I really wanted to focus on. Typically, I kind of divide it up that way so that it feels like it's a balanced set of goals. It's not just like be super fitness mom or read every book known to man or whatever. So I think a lot of times that people don't like resolutions is because of the stress involved. Like I said before, it feels like there's this unforeseen pressure and like you have to start now and do it now and be really good at it and accomplish it. And then I also think there's like that element of vulnerability. Like it was vulnerable for me to be like, I want to buy a house and put that on Instagram because in, 12 months I may not have a house. I could feel weird to be like, oh, she said she wanted a house, she didn't get it, it sucks for her. Another mindset change that has really helped me to enjoy making and setting goals instead of making resolutions and dropping them is to focus on the whole process and to realize that no matter what, I'm gonna grow, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna be inspired by the initial goal that I set, even if it develops into something else, even if it never comes to fruition in the way that I envisioned. So my number one goal this year is to have a house. If that doesn't happen at the end of the 12 months, because, hello, the state of the world is insanity and inflation's through the roof and a box is $500,000. I still set out with that goal in mind and will be closer than if I was like, I'm never going to get a house this year. I would not be mindful of putting money away or trying to spend less or really actively looking at what I can afford instead of a $1.2 million beach house. But having resolutions and sharing those resolutions requires an element of vulnerability because there's a chance that you might not get to them. And if that's you, if that's how you feel, I would encourage you to maybe just embrace that vulnerability because if you don't even try, you're in the same spot as you will be when you try and inevitably maybe don't get to where you want to go. However, the difference in that scenario is you're further along than if you don't even try because you're scared. And I'm not yelling at you and I'm not telling you what to do and please don't get mad at me. But I feel like once I realized there was this element of vulnerability in me setting goals and potentially not getting to those goals, because if I'm being honest, I don't like to do things that I think I might fail at, really changed a lot for me and allowed me to be like, okay, what's the harm in trying this? Because I'll be in a better spot because I'll have at least learned something or grown in some way or, accomplished some part of this goal than if I never started out of fear. And I feel like that applies to so many aspects of our life. How much can we accomplish if we just overcome the fear and start? Easier said than done. That's my first goal, is buy a house. Let us pray. My next goal is to start a non-monetizable hobby. I have a tendency to be like, I should try that. It could make me some money. I really want to do things that are more tangible. I want to learn how to bake in a way that is like very Julia Child. I know what the science is, not just like I'm following this recipe. I want to learn how to sew so that I could repair some clothes or maybe eventually make some clothes for me or my kids someday. I want to physically write more. If I ever want to write a book someday, I actually have to do some writing. Play an instrument, all these things that I have in my mind. And I need to tell myself that I'm young, not old. The problem is I want to do it all at once, right? Like I want to start piano and start baking and how to crochet and all of that all at one time. And then I want to be good at it right now. And I want to be like, I have accomplished this, but it's literally not how life works. Trying to take it easy, ease into it, and focus on some things that I feel like would be fun just for fun. And also a skill that would help me in my life or that I enjoy doing, but not because there would be an end to make money with it. Because I read, but like, I want to do something challenging. It's a challenge to pick up a book when you have a toddler and a newborn, but you know what I'm saying. Like something with my hands, something that maybe requires me to go out of my house, to take a class, to meet people, to do something out of my comfort zone. So that's goal 2. 3 is to travel internationally. This is always on my list. I love to travel. We've done a lot of cross-country traveling in the last year. We have no desire to do again anytime soon. But I would love for maybe for our 10-year anniversary, even if it's not right on my anniversary, to go somewhere, Steven and I and our 2 little babies, little children, somewhere international. Maybe it's Ireland. Maybe it's Greece. Maybe it's, I don't know. Where is it? We don't know. But I want to go somewhere international with them. Along that same line, I want to celebrate 10 years of marriage. Steve and I will have been married 10 years, June 7th, 2014, so 2024. And I feel like that's a huge milestone and I'm really excited about it. And this last year was just like so much up and down for us, not like in our marriage, but just in our life. And I'm looking forward to maybe having a more peaceful, normal type of year, and really then being in a place to be able to celebrate. And it's also wild that it's been 10 years because part of me feels like it just happened yesterday. A lot of time has passed and it's insane. Okay, next one. Also, please excuse the sirens. We are by a level 1 trauma center and I cannot film in my house because that is also a level 1 chaos center. Next one, find a workout I love. That's self-explanatory. I enjoy walking. I enjoy Pilates. I enjoy sometimes like, you know, just like the stretching and the low impact stuff, but I want to find something that I like enough that I stick to it, to be strong for myself, for my kids, to move my body, to get out into the elements. So find a workout I love. I'd love to make some mom friends locally. We are in a new place again. So I would really enjoy to, I've met a few women who have been like so kind. Some people from church brought us like meal train stuff when we first had the baby. And that was so sweet because I had literally met them like one time and they're just like the nicest people. But I really want to like dive into my community, my church community, find some mom friends locally, find some people to connect to and feel like I'm like in it with. I have friends from college that I love so dearly, but they are far away from me. And I have sisters that I am so close to, but they are far away from me and they don't have kids yet. So it's definitely like a different season of life. That's a huge goal for me this year, is just some in-person mom friends that I can connect with, have play dates with, you know, chat with. All of that. Read the Bible and journal daily. I feel like my prayer life really suffered in this last year because it was just so tumultuous and I was not making the time for it. I have this gorgeous, beautiful Bible from Blessed Is She and I have 9 million journals. And before the dawn of the internet, I would write in a journal like every single day and I would read my Bible occasionally, but I would definitely be praying every night before bed. I just got out of the habit of those things. So I really want to try to make it a priority to read the Bible and to journal daily, even if it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Whatever. If I can find that time on my phone, I can find that time in my prayer. Breastfeed for a year. This is a huge goal for me. I didn't even get this opportunity with Daisy because of all of the ups and downs of her feeding journey. I will link that video here if you want. I've shared it before. It's like I quit breastfeeding and I was exclusively pumping and triple feeding and it's a whole thing. With Steven, it has gone so well, just leaps and bounds better. And I could even make a video all about that and just how much hope that has given me and joy that has given me, even in the like challenge that breastfeeding is. Don't get me wrong. You personally have someone attached to you at all times. And it is like, I mean, like he could be screaming in Steve's arms right now. We don't know. He's not texting me. So we're just letting it be. But I would love to get to a whole year. We're already at almost 3 months, which is wild. My goal is a year and beyond. If it happens, I think we'll get there. And time flies when things are actually working. Because I remember being 3 months of like pumping, triple feeding, all that stuff, still trying to make breastfeeding work with Daisy. And it wasn't, and it felt endless. And this actually feels achievable. So I'm hoping that that will be one of the goals that is realized for me this year. Read 2 books a month is another goal that I have. I feel like that is attainable. I feel like that is something that is on par with my lifestyle. I definitely, when I am like focused on it, could read a book a week, but I just don't think that with all the other things I want to try to achieve and accomplish, that would be feasible for me to be like 52 books in a year. So we're going to start with 2. If I over and above that, amazing, great for me. And my final goal, be a more present wife, daughter, mother, sister, friend. Isn't that the goal for everyone all the time? But really that is like my hope this year. I don't want to be as distracted. I don't want to be pulled in a different direction when I feel like someone is asking for my time. I really want to like dig into my relationship. So that's a huge one for me this year. Those are my 10 goals for the year. I hope that you will come along with me as I try to achieve them and grow towards them. I'd love to hear what your goals are, so let me know. Now, I'm going to go off my phone for a second. I'm going to figure out my word of the year. We're going to do this together. I can't do it live because I'm using my phone to record and my phone is running out of storage. And anyways, it's a whole thing. That should be a resolution, whatever. And then I'll come back and let you know 1 second what my word of the year is. Okay, so hold please. Okay, I'm back. My word, are you ready? soar. I'm obsessed. I love it. I typically don't like them and I cheat the system and just click next until I get a word that I like, but I love that word. So soar, we're gonna soar. Soaring, flying, there's not a star in it. Anyway, okay, so that's my word of the year. Those are my goals for the year, my hopes and dreams. I just want to encourage you, if you haven't set any goals yet, to sit down and try to figure out what you want your life to look like, what you have hopes and dreams for. Don't put a time limit on it, you know? Don't say, okay, this has to be done by the end of 2024. But as we start the new year, every day is new, every moment is new. This is what I'm going to focus on. This is what I'm going to do for myself, for my family, for the people that I love. And let's do it together. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. I'm done with myself. Subscribe if you like this. Don't if you don't. Like it if you like it. Don't if you don't. This is probably not great marketing for myself. Like it, I don't care. I do care. Please like me. Okay, bye. Happy New Year. That was too much.